How's it going, Vote? Figured I'd do another video for y'all in honor of gun deals. See if YouTube lets me keep this up. Got my handy dandy little pointer here. I'll show you a couple of things about another one of the guilds that I've got going on here. So I've got three separate little hugel mounds. One running right here, one over here, one right here. Each of them are basically their own individual units. So we'll take this first one right here. I've got some Augustache, there's some vervain growing in here, quite a few violets that actually pulled up out of the grass and transplanted over here. They make a pretty good ground cover once they get going. Some blackberries growing along here, some bugleweed, and of course there's little carrots coming up all over the place through here. Looking over at this next one, see, got some hyssop right there, right over here. This is lemon balm, which I don't really do anything with it, but it keeps growing here, so I'll let it stay. Some catnip. Back over here we've got some parsnips trying to come up. A little bit of valerian right there. There actually used to be a big one right about here, but I dug it up and moved it to a place with a little more sun. This whole area over here was French marigold. I let them go to seed and kind of mix the seed around in there, so they'll come back this year. So looking over at this one, got a pretty good sized little bed right here. This stays in, I'd say, about 50% shade, so not your typical gardening spot. All right, looking from the east, got some sorrel growing through here. There's some parsley coming up right over here. There's actually two types of strawberries. There are Sonata strawberries and pine berries, so little white strawberries. Through the middle, pretty much right through here where you see the little stick sticking up, that is asparagus. So I mean, that's more asparagus than my family can use all year. On the north side of it, you can see right about here, a couple of other spots along here, and especially right here, some rhubarb. Down on the west end over there's actually some ginger, but it hasn't popped back up yet this year. And over down here where it's a little more wet, got some peonies coming up and lots of horseradish. There is nothing more satisfying than making some kind of sauce with horseradish and coming up here, just digging up a giant root and going at it. So you can see on the south side here, the ditch continues along here. What I actually did before I dug all of this up and turned it into beds, I dug channels through it with riverstone and sand so that the water can leach in underneath. So it does a pretty good job of staying moist enough for this stuff to grow. Right over here we've got a mulberry tree. And you can see I have a grape growing up it. Actually it does pretty well. I'm quite surprised with it. Moving down this way, see, we've got quite a bit of parsley that's gone to seed and seems to be doing fine with the freezing nighttime temperatures. Got some more catnip. The cats absolutely love that stuff, and I should have kept them out of it before it went to seed. Through here, quite a bit of comfrey. So this whole area will get filled up with comfrey, pretty much chopped back down about every 2 months and turn into compost tea to fertilize the rest of the plants. A lot more of the violets, they're actually pretty much under the mulch right now, but I really like the way they look, kind of filling in any empty spots. More valerian here, which I'm hoping will get about 4 foot tall this year. Got some lovage growing right here. Lots of carrots left over from last year. It's actually some mint spreading out underneath here. Don't know if you can see about right there. But this is going to fill out and pretty much take up this whole empty space right here. There's a very, very small apricot right there, which will be part of the succession planting, with quite a large mulberry tree in the middle. Coming around this way, oh yeah, you can see the mulch right there. See, we got some aronias spread out through this area. Those will turn into large hedges eventually. Lots of garlic. And I think that's about it for this area. But overall, this is probably the most productive area around here. It's one of the first ones that I started. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, let me know. And fuck you, YouTube.